Good morning, everyone. This is Maysha, with As Long as You're Breathing. And I'm still coughing just a little bit, not a whole lot, but a little bit. Please remember, I'm doing this from StreamYard. So if you have not enabled StreamYards in your settings, I won't be able to see your comments. So please do that, because if you're here and live with me, I really do want to see your comments and acknowledge you and answer any questions you might have. I don't want to ignore anyone ever. And if you're watching the replay, do leave comments, and I'll watch for those as well, or contact me, ask questions. We appreciate everyone who watches. We know there's a lot of programming out there, a lot of content, and as long as you're breathing, we absolutely appreciate everyone who spends any time with us at all. So thank you all very much for doing that. Today, we're going to start our series on unconditional love. And this series will be different than what I've done in the past because, as I said to you all earlier, a few days ago, I'm slowing down and doing things differently, prioritizing life differently. And I won't be doing long, in-depth daily lives that are complex and draining. So this series will be one time a week. I'll come on and talk about it, unless, of course, they really knock on my door and the divine says, no, really right now. We need to do this right now. Then, of course, I'll listen to that if I get nudged that way. But the angel squad doesn't control me. I do control me. And I control how much I do and how much I don't do. And I'd taken on too much. And so while I am taking on another series, I'm going to control the pace of that series. And so unless the divine says, okay, no, this is really important, there's someone out there who really needs this right now, and it just flows effortlessly and is not a drain on my energy reserves, then one time a week is what I'll be doing this. So, and that's called self-love, unconditional self-love. It's not being selfish. I'm stepping up and meeting the needs of those that I serve, but I'm doing so in a way that is respectful of self. And it's a way that I would tell others to do. So it's kind of a segue right into what we're going to talk about today. So what I want to start with is anytime I'm given a topic and given information on it, it's not that I don't think that the archangels or the divine know what they're talking about, because absolutely they do. So don't think that for a second. But I have great respect for my favorite yogi. And so I was led to that yogi for a reason. And so I'm not second guessing the archangels or the divine when I go and see what my yogi has to say about it. I was led to that yogi. So that yogi is part of my process. So I did. I went to see what does he have to say about this? And I came to, and I asked for guidance on, I don't listen to everything that this yogi puts out on every topic, or that's all I would ever do, because this person is more prolific than I am, and I didn't think that was possible. So I asked for guidance, and I was led to a particular 4-minute video, just 4 minutes. But that 4 minutes was jam-packed. And he started with, of course, that love is an emotion, which is, as he always says, energy in motion, which I love. And energy in motion is a vibration, which is a frequency. And I'm always talking about the fact that we are to be in vibrational alignment with ourselves. I speak of that often. So first and foremost, I got from that in order to understand love, and certainly unconditional love, we have to be in vibrational alignment with self. We have to be in vibrational alignment with self to understand unconditional love. Before we can give something, we have to have it ourselves to give. Before we can give something, we have to be experiencing it ourselves. The heart first has to conceive it, for the mind to experience it. So for us to give unconditional love, we have to experience it, have to conceive it, feel it here, experience it, so then the mind comprehends it, and we make decisions about it, and then can give it based upon those experiences. So unconditional love will involve choices of the mind and the heart. There will be a heart-mind balance. Imagine that. There will be a heart-mind balance with unconditional love. We show it by becoming it, my favorite yogi said. Wow. We show unconditional love by becoming unconditional love for others. First, the heart has to conceive it, for the mind to experience it, for us to act upon it. So first, we have to become it for ourselves. First, we have to become unconditional love for ourselves. And what exactly would that mean? When we come into vibrational alignment with self, we are returning to self, to that which we came here to be, to that which we said, you can expect this of me. And of course, we are co-creators with the divine, a part of the divine. When we return to vibrational alignment, when we are in vibrational alignment, then we are in alignment with self. Then we are vibrating at the frequency of love, self-love. We have returned to love because we came from love. Source is love. Energy. The energy source we came from is love. That's pretty deep, but true. Because when we are in vibrational alignment with love, with unconditional love, we're safe, we're happy, we're healthy, things flow. That which is supposed to be attracted to us is attracted to us. That which we are to have in our lives, we have in our lives. The events that occur in our lives that we agreed to, they do occur. The lessons that we are to learn, the ways we expand consciousness, they happen, but we're able to quantum leap those. We experience them, but we understand how to experience them and to move on from them. Because we are love. Unconditional love. To be this takes courage and vulnerability and being in alignment with self. What we're going to talk about in this series is first being in alignment with self and loving self, and what that really does mean, because it's not a selfish thing. Remember what I've talked about with empowerment. Empowerment is not just doing that which we want to do. It's doing that which we want to do with integrity, looking in the mirror and saying, but I want someone else doing that to me. It's the same thing with self-love. We're loving ourselves unconditionally, in alignment. Whenever we're looking in the mirror and it feels here, there's a knowing here, this is right and good. And then we can take that same thing And we can know that if we do that unto someone else, we will be in alignment there as well. First, we have to understand how to love ourselves that way. The second thing we have to understand about unconditional love is once we know how to practice it for ourselves, and then we start applying it to relationships, we may not stay in relationship. Now, that may sound a little off to you. You may be, well, wait a second, if it's unconditional, then you stay. No. Unconditional love means that you would never let someone do to you that which you would not do unto yourself. You wouldn't do unto them what you wouldn't do unto yourself. But you don't let them do unto you what you would not do unto yourself either. It works both ways. It's not just about what would you not do to them. It's also what would you not accept having done to you. It works both ways. So sometimes we continue to love. And it is unconditional. There's no condition on the emotion we have for that person. The love is there. But having boundaries which keep them from hurting us further or doing unto us that which we would not do to them or to ourselves have to be put in place. So we are not in relationship or full relationship with that person. That does not mean you don't love them unconditionally. You're not setting conditions on the love. You're setting conditions on the relationship. And there's a difference. Because love is not about coming in with expectation. But it is about coming in with saying, this is what you can expect of me. And what you can expect of me is, this is my standard for myself. This is how I love myself unconditionally. And this is how I will love you unconditionally. I will mirror this with you. This is my standard. And relationship is that the person does the same thing back. 1 + 1 = 3. 3 is where that happens. So you may end up just being 1 and 1 with no 3. You may still love, but you may do it as just 1 and 1, loving each other unconditionally, but not in a relationship. So this is going to get deep, folks. It's not going to be this, oh my God, I just love them so much, so I'm going to put up with this, or I'm going to accept this, or I'm going to behave this way because I love them. No. No. Nor am I going to tell you to have your boundaries set in this rigid way either, because everything is individualistic. Every case, every situation, every day, it's highly individualistic. There is no one cookie cutter solution to any of this. And that is what I want you to get from this today. The reason this series is so important, no one can tell you how to love unconditionally with a formula or a book. You can't see someone else get someone else's advice, someone else's opinion, and it be set in stone. This is how you do it. Because every situation is different and energy shifts all the time. So what you have to do is you have to be in vibrational alignment with self. And you have to trust here and know here and have a heart-mind balance and listen to what here has to say as well. And you have to decide moment to moment to moment to moment, letting the heart and mind guide you through it. It takes vulnerability. That takes showing up. But you know what else it takes? That takes giving the way we want others to give unto us. Because that's exactly how we all want to be loved. Because we all know we fail. Our energy shifts, we change, we have bad days, we have bad moments, we make mistakes. We shift. And we want that latitude. We want to know that those in our lives are looking at it with that perspective. So unconditional love requires that kind of big picture thinking, that kind of vulnerability, that kind of open-heartedness. It's how we love ourselves. If we don't, and there are those who don't, and if you're not there yet, if you're so rigid with yourself that you're like, well, I failed myself today, and you're self-loathing, or down on yourself all the time, then you haven't reached self-love for self yet. You can't love others unconditionally yet. You're going to have a hard time showing love to anyone when you can't show that kind of love and compassion and caring and understanding to yourself. That's why that has to be the first step. But then once you have mastered that, then that is the same kind of moment-to-moment adjustment that you make for the others in your lives. That is what unconditional love does. It adjusts. It looks at the situation. It is not rigid. It doesn't keep score, yet it is fair. This is going to get very deep, and it's going to be a challenge to take and make it just, this is the topic today, and stick to just that, because it's also interdependent. That's the other reason why I've decided that it has to be one topic a week. Because it's that important to do it that clearly. It's that important for myself to not drain myself in doing it, to practice self-love. So I hope you all are as excited about this as I am. I hope you all see that this is going to be about personal growth, loving yourself. It's going to be about relationship growth, how to truly relate to others and not expect of them, but show them how you're going to show up in the relationship and what they can expect of you. And what they should be able to expect from you should mirror that which you're giving to yourself. Because if what you're given in relationship is less than that which you're giving to yourself, then you're not giving fully. You're holding back. You're not becoming love. We can't give it till we become it. And then when we become it with the goal of giving it. And what we came here to do was to return to the state of unconditional love from which we came from to begin with. We came here to remember who we are, and who we are in our very essence is unconditional love. And unconditional love conquers everything. This is going to be an amazing series. I hope y'all are seeing that. I hope y'all are feeling that. I look forward to covering it with you all. We'll talk about it again next week. I can't wait to hear y'all's questions, your comments. Please get back to me. I want to respond to the things that you all are thinking and feeling about it. Talk to you all soon. As long as you're breathing, keep living. Unconditional love.